What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope. So I just finished watching Preacher, and I was unfamiliar with the fact that Preacher is actually based off of a comic book. Let's see if I can do this here. There we go. From Vertigo, which is one of the affiliates of DC Comics. If I'm not mistaken, it's more of their adult um, leaning comics. And here's kind of the synopsis. So Preacher Book 1 is kind of a combination of the issues 1 through 12, and there's 66 episodes or issues of the Preacher comic. And anyway, it says features more blood and blasphemy than any mainstream comic in memory. Cool. uh, and I could see that. I can see that. Um, the show is really interesting, and so I watched this and was kind of tripping on it, like, wow. Um, so we've got this. Oh, that's cool. We've got this priest that we see who is kind of unlike any other priest that I've ever seen. Really rough around the edges. Seems like he's battling his own internal demons, and it's got some really really crazy visuals. I mean, the way that everything goes down, uh, it's a trip. So we can go cast and crew here, for example. So we've got Jesse Custer, right, who is the main character, um, and it's a trip. It's a trip. I don't want to give too much away because it's one of these types of shows you kind of get into and you let it get into your skin and you watch it, and it's really a trip. I did a little research after the show was done, and I'm hoping they just take the storyline and the characters and just do their own thing with it, because from what I read about the comics, yeah, there would be a lot of people that'd be a little bit bent. So anyway, we got Tulip O'Hare. This chick is pretty badass. You might recognize her from Agents of Shield. She did a character through there. And then probably the most interesting character I've seen thus far with the very first episode was this guy named Cassidy. Um, he is a trip. So it's like, let's just see here. So Jesse Custer returns to Anvil, Texas, to lead his father's church, but he's forced to wrestle with a new kind of mission when he's inhabited by a mysterious entity. Now that entity, and I won't spoil anything by this part, but the entity uh, was kind of, it first landed in. I mean, the opening sequence on the show is a trip. It's really kind of a throwback, really ghetto, fabulous, grimy splatterhouse type feel to it. But this entity lands in Africa and just blows this priest apart. It's pretty interesting. And so anyway, you got Jesse Custer, Tulip O'Hare of a volatile, hell-raising force of nature. Tulip O'Hare is Jesse Custer's ex-girlfriend and one true love. And then Cassidy, as Irish vagabond, is a glutton for every possible vice and also Jesse Custer's bestest friend. And then Emily Woodrow, a widow that excels in her church duties while something darker simmers beneath the surface. I didn't see any of that in the show. And they don't even talk about some of the crazy stuff about Cassidy yet. Let's see, Derek Ardani Shinek, Shin Shinek. Donnie's a brawny ambition, and he's hell bent on evening the score with Jesse Custer. So I haven't seen that guy yet. Eugene Arseface Root. So we saw this guy. This guy was a trip. I don't know what the fuck is up with his face. It almost looks like he has an asshole for a mouth. But anyway, he has the heart of a saint, the face of a monster, and is the new preacher's biggest fan. Sheriff Hugo Root, who is the father of Eugene here. Anvil's local lawman and the father of Eugene. Oh, Arseface. Yeah, okay. DeBlanc. One part of the mysterious duo on a secret investigation has led them to Jesse Custer's doorstep. And Fiore. One part of mysterious duo and a secret investigation has led them to the Jesse Custer's doorstep. So, I did a little research on the comic because I've never read the comic, wasn't familiar with it, and I gotta say, it's a trip. It is a trip. Um, yeah, no spoilers or anything, but it starts off kind of weird and kind of interesting, and then as it goes at the end there, it's kind of whoa. So it'll be an interesting show to say the least to see what's up. But so far, I'm digging it. I don't know. I think my very favorite part though was a scene in the bar between an abusive father and the preacher. And when you see that scene, for me, that scene made the whole fucking episode. So anyway, we'll follow this and see what's up. But I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it just aired this week, earlier this week, and then they won't be doing another one for another 2 weeks. So I think June 5th is the next episode. But they do have it is slotted for 10 episodes from what I've seen here. So we got pilot, we got episode, so I guess 11 episodes because we got pilot, we got episodes 1. Oh, no. Pilot's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we have 10 episodes total that is scheduled. And what's funny is they say June 6th here, but last night when I was watching I could have swore it said June 5th. So it's either June 5th or June 6th. But anyway, Preacher is a very, very interesting show that if it follows even a tenth of what the comic books described, is going to be extremely controversial. Alright guys, that's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your friends. Until next time, please be good to each other.